The first indication to write the lab report is that you go and listen to the narrated PowerPoints, that you see the videos to know how they did the experiment, how you were supposed to do the experiment, so you do a better analysis. So if you remember, were supposed to make holes in the leaves in these specific places, and you create those discs, and then you remove the air from those discs with an infiltrated solution. And as we cannot do it anymore in person, I'm just going to give you the data of groups that they did it previously in our semester. So remember, go and look on Moodle on your handout and go and read the specific guidelines of that. Remember that you are supposed to be with 4 other students independent of the lab group. If you can be in the afternoon or in the evening, group 1, group 2, or group 3 is okay. And the idea is that you're going to compare the light reactions and the dark reactions and Calvin cycle, and you're going to develop an experiment to test if the CO2 is needed or to produce photosynthesis, or the light reaction is necessary, or both are needed, and what is the relationship. So you have to develop an experiment using the leaves of spinach, those discs. And as we cannot do it, I will send you the data. And the idea is to test whether the requirement for carbon fixation in supporting the light-dependent reactions of photosynthesis. So you will have to think about a positive control, to think about a negative control, and to think about a treatment. So the idea was, as you watch in the video, if you will have 3 different treatments. You were supposed to do that. And in one of those treatments, you will see what happened when you have light, when you don't have light. When you don't have light, what happened when you have a carbon source, and what happened when you don't have a carbon source. In one question is the following that you will find in the handout, and the second question that you will also find in the handout, it will be this table. And in this table, they show a very interesting results. I want that you analyze what happened, what is your hypothesis, how do you explain these results. Here, the timing that you find here. And there is a hint, there is no problem with the leaves, there is no problem with the with the bicarbonate solution, and they were definitely exposed to light. But how do you explain the different time that you find here? So I want that you make a hypothesis, and that you try to support your hypothesis of how would you test those experiments. Okay, and this is all that you have to do. If you have any doubt, just let me know.